Okay everyone, let's go to first install right from the link below, the first link, which is install right. I'm gonna install it. I already did it, so I'm gonna just go straight to the installation. Click next, next, yes, next, next, typical, next, next, and then uncheck both of these boxes. Finish. Okay, and let's just open it and see if it's working. No. Yep, it's working. Okay, now this step is very important. Once I start the snapshot process, please don't do anything else, because it will capture anything that you do. Right now it's going to take a snapshot of a current system, and then it's going to take a snapshot of after system. Whatever changes happen, it's going to catch it. So for example, if you save any documents on your desktop right now, after you create the snapshot, I will capture when we recapture it. So we'll just do next here and then capture the process. Now we're capturing the current system, so it happened. Let's just go and install the software now. I'm gonna go to my USB, and this is the snapshot that I want to create, and I'm gonna deploy it after once it's done. And this is my original installation file, and I'm gonna open it. Okay, should have your license, and then next, accept, next, custom. The reason I'm doing custom because I already have 2007 and I just want Excel and Access because that was a request from a teacher, and we don't want anything else. And I'm gonna just click next and install it. Alright, so we're finished with that. You'll get a message that your installation is done, so it's time to create a package. And now it's doing after we did a first check on it, and now it's doing whatever happened to this computer, it will catch that. So that's the reason I told you guys don't do anything else, because it will catch everything in this snapshot. You will build a kit and make sure you put it somewhere that you know, and I'll put it on the USB where I'm gonna be saving this snapshot. I'll create a folder, snapshot. This is the snapshot we're going to use for deployment. So now here is the little bit that you guys need to know. If I want to install a software, a new version, and I want to replace it, I will pick option 4, the last one, and that will what's going to happen, that will delete everything from the previous version and then install a new one. For example, if you want to install Flashware, Adobe, and anything like small things that gets updated like every month, or it's pretty fast, or even a browser, Firefox, you can do that. You can use this option, and it will get rid of anything that's related to the previous version. But since we have a little bit different scenario here, we want to keep all 7. We don't want to overwrite it. We just want to basically add it. So never prompt the user and never overwrite the files. What is going to happen is just going to add to that previous files. and I recorded this video without mic, so right now I'm kind of like talking about it. And this is the reason I'm uh, basically typing in there. So if something goes wrong with my voice, you guys can see it in the notepad. So everything is okay, no complete, no errors, no warnings, all warnings, finish. And my snapshot is saved in my USB. Okay. Now what's gonna happen to be able to to be able to not go to the client computers? We want them to be up and running. So I'm using iTalk for right now, iTalk server. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to deploy to all other computers. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I don't want to go to client computers. I will do everything from server without physically going in there, and I'll save my time. And this is the main purpose of this video. So we're in part 2 right now. Part 2, first thing I will, what I'm going to do, I'm going to wake up all the clients, and I'm using iTalk server to do that. Third, I will log into administrator and open the Pergo server in the same computer where the iTalk is installed, and then I'm gonna deploy the snapshot that I created just a while ago, and it's in my USB. And let's just wake them all. Now here's a little hint about this program, why I like it, because this version, the old 1.0.13 version, you can log in from any users. You can log into all these computers at once from my computer. So the first time when you try to log in, it will wake them up, and you guys can see that I just type in students, and what's gonna happen is send the signal to wake up. So all of them are up right now, and now if you want to log into the system, you have to do it twice. So basically, even if I want to log in as an administrator to all of these computers, I can type my username and password, and it will type in just like I'm there right now, and it will type in the way I want, like I'm sitting in front of the computer. That's why I love this feature, but it's not available in the new version for Windows 7 that they created. But I'm using this for XP, and you guys can see that I just logged into all the computers from my computer. And the reason I like this, because if there's some errors while students log in, then I'll have to fix it. The computers that you see that they're down, that mean they're shut down right now. So there's nothing that I can do about it. I have to just go and turn them on, or I can wake them up online, but right now I don't have time for that. So okay, so here's most of the computers are logged in, and here's again I'm trying to explain stuff without having mic, and that was the problem. If I had a mic over there where I'm doing the installation, that would just make my life easier, but it's good I can explain stuff here too. So we're gonna remote into one of the computers and check uh, if there is O3 already installed, which I know there's nothing installed. I just want you guys to see that O3 is not there. And this was the scenario from the teacher, that we want O3 with O7, so they don't want to get rid of O7 because they have Word and everything that's people are using it, and that's a new version. So all they need is just an Excel and Access for some class lectures that they're doing. So I'm going to basically remote into one of these computers, the clients from this server, and check if it's there or not. So we go Microsoft Office, and you see there's only 07 in there, and there's no 03 in there. Now what we're going to do, we're going to log in as an admin on the same computer and open a Progress server, which is basically a management software that is used to deploy and do all other sort of stuff like sending messages, sending commands, and sending files, inventory, um, showing IP addresses, who's logged in at that computer, and it can be used for domain computers and it can be used for workgroup computers. It can be used for both. You can also do a VNC, remote control from RDP, and VNC from that software. So VNC is pretty good while the user is logged in. You can also log in at the same time, and if they have a problem, currently facing a problem, you can fix that problem while they're looking at it. RDP is that it will take over and log them off. So I always use VNC, but just to give you a hint that VNC and iTalk don't work together because one of them have to use VNC client. So you have to get rid of um, you don't have to use actually Provost. So we logged in into administrator. Now you guys can see the whole lab computers. I'm gonna take off the teacher computer because we don't want anything, because I'm using the same computer as a server, and this is a testing lab. So now you guys can see that I just send a message to all the computers that wake up, and you can see successfully. That means my computer can talk to my server, can talk to clients, and client talk to my server, and just accept the one that are shut down. And let's just get rid of the teacher one because I don't want anything on this computer. And now I'm gonna basically what the snapshot that I saved on my USB. Um, we're gonna try to test that out. Before we test this on all the computers, we will test on one of the computers. So if there's something wrong, we don't want to mess everything up. This is always a very good thing to do because you want to test it on one computer before you go ahead and try to test it on thousands of hundreds of computers, and then you have problem. We create a new package. We already have made an exe file. That snapshot is automatically turned into exe, so you don't have to do anything. All you're doing is to create a package here, and it will send it to computers, and this will make a command. And here you just say click next. Here you're gonna do is go to your snapshot wherever you saved it, and I saved it in my USB. I'm gonna go ahead and open it, and I'm just gonna drag and drop it to the this is a snapshot, and I'm just gonna drag it and drop it to the box right here. So what's gonna happen is just gonna go through and will stay in this folder where all the packages are basically built in here, and from here it deploys to other computers. So we did that. We'll just click on the one that we want to deploy. We click next here, and right here the startup directory, just copy this, okay, and paste it on the command, and then find the exact wording of the file that is going to be, because this file is basically it will be copied to the client machine, so you don't want to mess up this wording here, because if you don't write it down the right way, the command will try to basically it will happen, but if it's not right, then it's not going to work. because there will be no file associated. So you always want to copy it the right way, and then .exe. So that's the file exec command, and then show command in desktop. So I want the client to see it, and I'm going to say local system because it can be applied for all of them. I don't want just for one user. And are you sure you wish to? Okay, so we just created the package. I'm gonna right click on it, software, and now I'm gonna install. And here I'm gonna pick the package. Okay, and I'm gonna click. Let's first open one of the clients that we're trying to, just so we can see. I'm gonna show it to you guys how it's gonna work. And I'm gonna send it okay. And right now it's copying the file. So if the file is pretty big, this was like 380 MB file. It can be bigger than this. I did 900 MB file one day, and it took a lot of, it took a while for to be able to copy to the client machine. So now right now it's just copying to the client machine, and the command we just put in there, it's gonna run that command on that machine, and you guys will see in action. Alright, so it's still copying the file. Okay, and successfully done, and you can see that without me going to that PC, everything is happening in there. And right there is the message that to restart the computers for program to run. And the reason I didn't I picked this option while I was doing a snapshot that let this client restart the computer, or else I can force them, and either I cannot even show this message. And there are on the top there are three options. So you can force them if you want to, but I will force them from the client, from iTalk server, where I'll do it together, because I want to see that all the computers are basically having the same message, so then I know that nothing went wrong. And now that I know that this is working, I'm gonna go ahead and install this software on all of the computers in this lab. So I'm gonna click Control Alt, and it selected everything. I'm gonna right click, or you can go to Actions and Software, Install Office 03, and okay. And now you can see everything is started on all these computers. And here I'm explaining that this will take time. It depends, like I said, it depends on your software. And for example, if you are trying to deploy Flash and Adobe and Firefox together, and they are very small files, it can happen in in a minute or two. It will be done with all the computers. And this program is really good for, I would say, for little small program files. Like, sometimes teachers or students would say, "Oh, my Flash is not working; they are outdated." So this is a very quick way to do it without going to the computers. And either people can say sometime, okay, I can make a share drive, and still you're going to the computer, you're gonna open that share drive, you're gonna put the username and password, and you have to go to this physically. And you can use any other software to do that, but to me, the snapshot is the key over here. You can use any other software that will basically, like, do just like I did, Control Alt, and then I clicked on it, and then I install on it. The reason I like Pergo is because everything is so simple. You can get everything in one place, other than using 4 or 5 different softwares that will do command, that will copy it, so everything. So this software gives you everything. And right now you can see everything is done. All the computers have the same message. And now we're gonna go to the iTalk server, and I'll see from there that what happened to the computers. They all should have the same message that this one computer had a little while ago. All of them should say restart your computer for the software to work, to start working. Some software you can just click no and refresh the desktop and it will work. Some software requires you to reboot. I always recommend you to reboot, because then you'll see if there are any errors. What if the computers are not starting because of your snapshot? And then you're in a big mess. And that's the reason I told you guys to test it on one computer. And now let's see. You guys can see all the computers that I just did should have the same message. And you can see except one over there, but I think I did that one before, so I kind of canceled it. And you can see all other computers have the message to reboot. And now I'm going to reboot everything from my iTalk server myself, and I don't have to go to the lab again. This is the reason why I say again and again that I'm not going to, because I'm saving time. I don't want to go to client computers and sit there on each computer, open uh, the username, password, open the share drive. That's 3 or 4 minutes right there. 30 multiplied by 4 minutes or 5 minutes, that's a lot of time. Why don't you just do it from one place, and it will save you a lot of time. So what I did, I just select all. I'm gonna control all, and here I'm gonna reboot all these computers. Okay, so you guys can see that it's just I'm gonna open it again. Give me an error. Let me try to open it again. Okay, I just rebooted all the computers, so it takes a little time for clients to see. And right there, everything is up again, and except that few computers, the one that were shut down. So now what we're gonna do at the end, we will just check the computers if they have all three installed in there. This was the main reason, and they should work. I mean, if we open the computers right now, okay, so again we're gonna try to use that same login, and the first time when you log in, it's just gonna go through and wake it up, and then the second time when you try it again, it will basically go in and log into the system. And let's see. Okay, everything is working, it went through, and you should be able to see all the student desktops from here now. Okay, the message shows that it did complete it, and I did it again. Actually, I logged in again, so I'm looking into remote. I'm gonna remote into this computer and see that there's something new in there, and you guys can see that there's Office 03 is installed in there. And you have to click cancel here, because this is one thing that if you have a new, 03 or an 07 that same computer, it will try to um, do its setup, but you can cancel it and directly open it. And I can show you guys that it's working. Everything is great, nothing is wrong with the Excel or Access. And basically you can do a lot of stuff with this snapshot, and the whole process, the technique that I'm using. You can also get a snapshot of updates on simple computer. Let's say I have 60 computers, same hardware, same operating system. That one hardware that I installed, and I just want to capture the whole updates. I don't want to do it on each computer. And so what I would do, I would run the updates on one computer, and create a pre-snapshot again, and then send that updates to these other computers, and they will have the same updates in a very short amount of time, less effort. You can update basically flash little small softwares together, like 4 or 5 softwares together. You don't have to do it again and again. You know, one, like Flash, Adobe, Firefox. some other software. You can everything together, and you can take a snapshot, and this is it. Thank you for watching, and that should be it for me.